Manning taking the field now, the oldest starting quarterback in Super Bowl history.
Before Peyton Manning would lead the Denver Broncos to win Super Bowl 50, as well as win the Super Bowl with the Colts back in 2007. Before Peyton Manning won the MVP award a record of 5 times. Before Peyton would try his chops at comedy hosting SNL.
Do you have any place to stay tonight?
Yes, I have a place to stay.
Don't you dare lie to me.
Lady, I'm not lying. I'm Peyton Manning. I have a couple of homes.
Before Peyton was the first overall draft pick in 1998 for the Indianapolis Colts. Before Peyton Manning was the #1 recruited nationwide quarterback coming out of high school. For Super Bowl 50, Peyton Manning was actually the oldest starting quarterback in Super Bowl history. In fact, he was also the oldest player on the field. There was one guy, Devin Funchess, on the other team, and he was only 4 when Peyton Manning played his first NFL game. Peyton himself was throwing around a football as early as he could remember. The middle brother of 3, Peyton took to perfecting his skills at football day in, day out. Also having a father who was a former NFL football quarterback, well, that likely came in handy. When he was coming out of high school, well, the entire football community nationwide had their eye on Peyton Manning. He would go on to break records for the University of Tennessee, where he also met his future wife, and from there, he was drafted to the Indianapolis Colts. Now that's a team Peyton would take from the bottom to the top, and he would go on to smash record after record. But there was also some scandal surrounding the American icon that was often swept under the rug. What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, and welcome to Before They're Famous, documenting the life and career of Peyton Manning prior to fame. Just yesterday was Super Bowl 50, and Peyton Manning's got to be thinking about retiring. Am I right? Now, 100 of you guys requested this video. In fact, one guy by the name of Fag TV, he really wanted it. So, yeah, here you go. Hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below who you want to hear about next.
Peyton, who's your favorite football player, then?
My dad.
Peyton William Manning was born on March 24th, 1976 in New Orleans, Louisiana. The second of 3 boys, Peyton is the son to Olivia Williams and former NFL quarterback Eli Archibald Manning, better known as Archie Manning. His father played for the New Orleans Saints from 1971 to 1982. He then went on to play an additional 2 seasons for the Houston Oilers as well as the Minnesota Vikings before he would retire and then focus on raising his family. Also, the father went on to state that of his 3 boys, well, growing up, Peyton, he was the most competitive of the pack.
He never throw it.
Spike it, Peyton.
Growing up, the boys would witness their father being a local hero, signing autographs and taking pictures in public. Now, Archie has stated many a time that he never coached his boys. In fact, he persuaded them to do whatever it is that they wanted to do, so long as that they did it their best. Regardless of this, the boys, they couldn't stop putting down a football. Peyton's older brother Cooper, 2 years his senior, was diagnosed with spinal stenosis, which put an end to any dreams of football. Since the time of his diagnosis, Peyton took to wearing his brother's jersey, number 18. As for Eli, well, he himself has got 2 Super Bowl rings of his own, so little bro did alright. Peyton enrolled at Isidore Newman High, where he took the field as a quarterback and achieved the record of 34-5. He also threw 7,000 yards, and in his senior year, he was widely regarded across the country as the #1 recruit.
You gonna go to Ole Miss?
I don't know.
There is a lot of pressure, though, isn't there, to go there?
There is. Obviously, there is.
Manning enrolled at the University of Tennessee in 1994, where he continued to break records. He also excelled academiciply and was elected to Phi Beta Kappa Society in 1997 and awarded National Scholar Athlete Award.
Show me the money.
While he was an undergrad at the University of Tennessee, Peyton met Ashley Thompson after her next-door neighbor set the two up. It was love at first sight, and the couple married in 2001. Now, when Peyton wasn't playing football or making a little bit of love, he was a massive student of the game. He would spend all his free time watching films of plays and conceptualizing his own. No, it wasn't all positive news. There was a little bit of scandal at this time for Peyton Manning. One time with a female trainer, he went on to pull down his pants and reveal his butt and his balls, and it went somewhere near that woman's face. She actually went on to state that he sat on her. This trainer went on to sue the university, and she got a whole lot of money. Peyton later stated that women don't belong in the men's locker room. He was, mooning his buddies, and her face kind of got in the way. Well, that lady, she once again sued Peyton, and they settled out of court, and they're no longer talking about one another. It's off the record.
Peyton Manning. Will he go first to the Colts? Or will it be Ryan Leaf that goes first to the Colts and second to the Chargers?
In 1998, the Indianapolis Colts selected Peyton as the first overall pick in the NFL draft, which sounds like a no-brainer today. But at the time, there was some speculation as to who would go first.
Both Manning and Leaf went through a gamut of physical tests the league had developed over the years. They also took a Wonderlic aptitude test.
Now, Peyton was looked at as a savior when he joined this team and would go on to break some rookie records, including completions, attempts, passing yards, as well as touchdowns. But he was also struggling and threw a league-worst 28 interceptions, and the team found themselves in a 3-13 finish. But the following season, Peyton, he didn't mess around, and he started getting the job done. He would pick up his first MVP award in 2003, again in 2004, and in 2007, well, he would lead his team to a Super Bowl win. He became known as the Sheriff as he would make audible calls during his plays. He became the MVP again in 08 and again in 09, and with all the success, he became a household name throughout America. Then in the offseason, well, it became playtime.
Well, you got to be a pro to throw it that far.
Hey, Peyton! Hey, Peyton! This time, go off!
Whoa, check that out.
It's got to be over 50 yards.
He would go on to host SNL in 2008, and that would be a rating high for the season. He also began picking up endorsement deals for Sprite, MasterCard, as well as Gatorade and Papa John's, and that's a company he owns 21 locations to. Must love his pizza, although I doubt he eats a whole lot of it. Then in 2011, his future seemed uncertain. He underwent a spinal fusion to repair a damaged nerve in his neck that had weakened his throwing arm. Now, this was the first time in his career that he was considering retirement, but it was his wife Ashley who talked him out of it, told him to strap on that helmet and go out there and kick some butt. Peyton was then signed to the Broncos for a contract of $96 million, and that investment, it paid off because he took the team to the Super Bowl 50 where they brought home a W. And the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is before they were famous.
You've had a lot of success, and yet you've done it all without a mustache. You're running around out there, and I'm going to be honest with you, you look like a succulent baby lamb.
Now, do you think Peyton Manning is going to retire? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, let me know who you want to hear about in the future. I've done a whole bunch of athletes on here in the past. We did Stephen Curry, we did the Gronk, I've done Conor McGregor. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below who you want to hear about next. I'll be sure to get it done. My name is Michael McCrudden. See you guys in another video.
Extra night in San Diego.
Morning.
Take a hike.